Here we go again. Leeds United straight back into action after the disappointment of the defeat at Fratton Park on Sunday lunchtime. The championship being the championship, you don't have to wait too long licking your wounds. They thrust you straight back into the thick of it, and that is very much the case this week, with Leeds United at home on Wednesday evening and then away at Queen's Park Rangers with a Saturday lunchtime kickoff, so very little turnaround time ahead of that next fixture. But that's to come. This is the focus for Leeds United this evening. Millwall here at Ellen Road, packed house, plenty to play for, and Leeds United knowing that if they want to get themselves back on top of the table, well, they have to take at least a point from this game this evening. The results elsewhere yesterday evening were pretty favourable, it has to be said. All three below, all drew at home by a goal apiece. Now the Leeds United side for tonight, one change only, and we might well have predicted it, with Rothwell coming into the starting 11 and Gruev finding himself on the bench. Different story this evening in terms of the Millwall team. There have been numerous changes made by Alex Neil to the starting 11, 4 in all, and there are some familiar names from the last meeting here in the FA Cup, but what it does appear is that Alex Neil has gone for solidity and a team that will be defensively sound, as they have been so often anyway throughout the course of this season. 8 away draws from Millwall so far. So we'll see how the game pans out, but Leeds United have already been on the end of 2 defeats at the hands of this opposition so far this season, and they'll be extremely anxious, given the significance of the occasion, to make sure that that does not become 3. The FA Cup game was one we can almost discount in many ways, I think it's fair to say, because of the number of changes that Daniel Farke made to the starting 11. But nevertheless, one thing that is interesting is that Femi Azeez, who got both goals on that occasion, has been brought back into the starting 11 for Millwall for this game this evening. He's had an injury since, but he did make an appearance off the bench in Millwall's last game, an away win, and he's in from the off. He's one of those 4 changes for them tonight. So whether there's a psychological aspect or not, I don't know, but he's one that Leeds will have to watch. Now the call has been made for Leeds to switch ends here, which is always an unusual start to proceedings at Ellen Road, and tends to be, I think, again, if we're using that word psychology, something to do with the fact that maybe Millwall favour having Leeds kicking the other way in the second period. We've seen so many games, of course, where those standing behind the goal away to my left-hand side are almost able to suck the ball into the back of the net when the pressure is really on. So Millwall may be seeking to avoid such a scenario here. So the 2 teams break. Millwall will be in their greeny-blue change strip this evening, and Leeds United, of course, are all in white. And Joel Piroe is the man standing over the ball for Leeds, ready to get this game underway. Countdown begins. 10 to go. Leeds United in second position in the championship at start of play, but very much right in the frame for promotion to the Premier League. But these are the games now that really the outcome begins to count. Meslier for Leeds United with the ball out from the back, and as he goes wide to the right-hand side, and Leeds push a ball up into the Millwall half for an early chase for Dan James. Millwall tidy up well at the back, and it goes back to the Millwall keeper Jensen. Liam Roberts was the man who played in goal here in the FA Cup tie. I won't be seeing him playing for a little while still yet. 3 games into a 6-game suspension, as Millwall attack down the right-hand side with Harding, another one who's come into the starting 11. Harding again in possession, plays it back into the path of Norre, and back to Harding to cross into the near post, where Struijk defends not entirely convincingly. Millwall in the penalty area with Honeyman. Back it goes to Harding, and then it comes off the back of junior Firpo, and it goes out, and that will be a throw-in right down by the corner flag. Or is it a corner kick even? As linesman indicates that is the outcome. So Millwall with a very early corner here, and a very early chance to put the ball into the Leeds United penalty area. Honeyman is the man with the duty to get the ball into the Leeds box. Millwall with a really good record from set pieces this season. Leeds will be aware of that as the ball comes into the middle and the heads go up, and Harding, it glanced off the top of his head, and Leeds were lucky there that it went off the top and not off the forehead, because he was in a good position to cause trouble. Poor header away by Piroe. Back in it goes from Honeyman. Leeds still having to absorb pressure here. Tanaka with a looping header forward. Doesn't get very far. Millwall pick the ball up down the left-hand side and have a chance to cross into the box again. They take that chance into the middle, and the header is over the crossbar from the significant figure of Jake Cooper, the captain, and that's behind for a goal kick. And we haven't seen a start to a game like that at Leeds United so far this championship season. Matt Kilgallen is the man alongside me this evening. Continue to rotate the squad on LUTV. So welcome Matt along, but not the start maybe you were anticipating.
Not at all. I thought, you know, after the result on Sunday, Leeds United would come out and be right at it, but it's Millwall, isn't it? Again, now another sloppy one there from Rodon. It's, you know, you can have a feeling of a few nerves from the lads at the minute, and maybe Millwall have seen this and thought this and looked at the game plan from what Portsmouth did and have gone, right, this is what we can do here. But no, Leeds are a yard off it at the minute and they're passing it around nicely, Millwall. Norre caught well in possession by Rothwell, who sets off on a run for Leeds. Now Piroe, lovely ball in for Rothwell, into the penalty area for Solomon to cut it back from the byline. It's in! It's gone in! Manor Solomon's cross completely deceives the goalkeeper. Stuck an arm out, Jensen, but it came off that arm and it rolled into the back of the net. So Leeds absorb early pressure and then hit Millwall on the counter-attack with an early opening goal at Ellen Road. Solomon 4, Leeds United 1, Millwall 0. It's the first time they've touched it, Bryn. I'll be honest with you, I'm just saying there, it's a commentator's cursing it. Leeds haven't started well. And it's the first time Rothwell drives with it and plays it to Piroe, plays it into Solomon. And it's a cross, basically. Let's have it right. And it takes a deflection and wrong puts the keeper. Really lucky goal. But maybe something now that is going to, you know, calm Leeds United down. It's maybe something that was needed, a little bit of luck, you know, to get that first goal. We didn't get the penalty at Portsmouth that didn't, you know, slow us down. You know, it was so little bit of luck there that hopefully just gets them, you know, relaxes them a little bit.
A little bit of luck and a little bit of poor goalkeeping, I think, as well, was it not?
Well, you can see he's almost looking, trying to read that cut back, isn't he? Because the Aaronson's free, but, you know, it gets a deflection and wrong puts him and goes in.
So, what a start. As the ball goes back to Meslier, who had initially been by far the busier goalkeeper at the other end before that sweeping attacking move from Leeds. Great ball infield from Piroe, and Rothwell continued it, and Solomon, with a bit of assistance from the keeper, finished it. Be interesting to see whether that actually goes down as a Solomon goal.
He's begging, isn't he, if he does. If he gets that, there's no way, surely.
Well, the keeper doesn't want it,
does he? No, to be fair.
Throw into Leeds down the right-hand side. A chance for a short throw into Brendan Aaronson. Back it goes to Jaden Bogle. Bogle's forced all the way back. And it goes back to Meslier, who can only clear that one into touch. And Joe Rodon having words with Jaden Bogle. I'm not quite sure what else Bogle could do, though. He was forced back down the channel. And Meslier, the keeper, was his only outlet, really. Or so it appeared.
Yeah, so sometimes I don't know why the full-backs don't just do that themselves, though. So he had time. He actually got himself into trouble turning back out to go back to the keeper instead of him just getting it and clipping it.
It does appear that defenders are not really allowed to clear it long these days, are they?
No, it's under head height now, isn't it, football? I think you get a free kick.
You have to pass or you get dropped.
Yeah.
Ball up into the edge of the Leeds penalty area. Bounces once and bounces behind, and Firpo just watches that one go away for the goal kick.
They're definitely not letting Leeds United play out, have they? You see a lot of teams, don't you, especially at Ellen Road, basically come out or sit in, get in tight, but they're pushing right on. They've got the players, two strikers pushing on to Struijk and Rodon, saying, listen, you're not going to have it easy.
Cundle and Ivanovic are the two advanced players at the moment for Millwall. They retreat now as it becomes obvious that Illan Meslier is not going to go short. He's going to go conventionally long, which is what he does, and he puts it into the Millwall half where the heads will go up. Piroe battling with Cooper. Said he got a whack, but the referee sees it otherwise. Dean Whitehouse in charge for this game this evening. Struijk on the header on the halfway line. Tanaka chests it down and pushes it to Firpo. Now Solomon. Back it goes to Firpo. Big shout for handball, nothing given. Norre picks it up in the middle of the Leeds half. Ball up to the edge of the penalty area to Honeyman to cross in now. Looping goalwards. Meslier was a little off his goal line, but that one sailed over the crossbar. Honeyman's appealing, I think, for a corner,
yeah,
is he?
It's a blatant corner. It really was. But Honeyman's, they're looking to get it out to him, and he's looking to cross it. He doesn't look to track back, does he, and start again. He's getting the ball in the box.
So maybe he didn't get the shout there, based on the Matt Kilgallen view at least.
No, yeah, well, yeah, Honeyman, Alex Neil will be pleased with that. I bet that don't wind him up very much. Blatant corner.
Yes, he's probably had a first 5 or 6 minutes to forget, Alex Neil, having seen his side start the game very much on the front foot. Goal kick again, goes in long and then is sent back to Meslier from the head of Tanganga. Meslier picks it up, having waited a moment and a moment again, with Ivanovic right in front of him. Now Struijk for Leeds United. Pascal Struijk to Manor Solomon down the left. Back to his own half to Tanaka. Tanaka square to Joe Rodon, and Rodon wide right side to Bogle. Back to Rodon again. Ball infield short to Bogle. Happy to go back into his own half to Tanaka, occupying a central defensive position. Rodon and Tanaka exchange passes. Ivanovic goes into charge and checks down. And then a pull ball from Rodon, which causes Brendan Aaronson to commit a foul. And so that will be a Millwall free kick just inside the Leeds half. Taken down the line quickly. Leeds got to switch on. Millwall in possession with Azeez up to the edge of the penalty area. James comes back in to help out. Azeez then, Bogle gets caught. Just for a moment there I thought Dan James could have looked to set off and pick up the loose ball, but he left it run and the free kick is awarded. Bogle back on his feet.
Just not letting them play, are they? They're really trying, Millwall are really trying not to let Leeds United have it on their own way. Push really far onto Rodon, Bogle, Struijk, and they're going a little bit long now. I mean, it's great play though.
Great header from James to Aaronson, who plays it back to Dan James down the right side. And James is caught in full flight there. Down he goes. And that's definitely a free kick, and it could easily be the first card of the game. The referee actually has decided not to award that card against Joe Bryan, who must count himself as extremely lucky.
Oh, definitely. That's a yellow card all day long. Dan James is away. And then he's under real pressure, isn't he, for the rest of the game, Bryan? But it's a yellow card.
That's a shocking decision, isn't
Yeah.
it? Wow. Dan James has beaten the fullback. He was on his way, and he had both his legs swept from under him as he went. And the referee gives the free kick, but does no more than that. Wow. So Rothwell over the ball for Leeds United. There's a one-man Millwall wall. Try saying that quickly. On the edge, just inside the penalty area. Azeez is that man. Rothwell ready to put it into the middle, into the mixer. Comes in short. Firpo can't quite get there. Rothwell nods it down for Aaronson. Back it goes to Rothwell. Leeds will have to start again from the centre circle, and Bogle. Square ball to Rothwell. Now he sets up on a movement forward, still going. Plays it through for Firpo. Gets it back from Firpo. Plays it into the edge of the area. He says that Solomon should have moved inside, and Solomon instead went outside, so the ball was not quite in the right place. Midfielder's a little frustrated, and it goes behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, I think he's right. I mean, Solomon actually puts his thumb up to say, yeah, you bang on. That was the run. No, when you're that close, Solomon, just make that run in behind a little bit. You're that fast and sharp. But I love how Rothwell gets it. He always speeds the play up for me. You know, sometimes you can play easy balls, but I love how he runs with it for 5 yards at pace, and it sets off, gets everyone. I mean, it was Firpo up top linking it up. I mean, he's everywhere at Firpo at the minute. He's either in the box or at left back. He's just crazy. But yeah, I love how Rothwell takes the ball.
Popping up with centre-forward style headers.
Yeah, I know.
Meslier with the ball in his hands in the 12th minute here at Ellen Road. Now Tanaka. Out to aforementioned Junior Firpo. Back it goes to Struijk. Ivanovic has stayed up high. Tanaka on the edge of the area. Turns away from Cundle. Rodon goes to his outside and he has the ball now. There's a runner going Bogle. James gets it instead. Down the line, neatly played to Bogle now. In it comes, can't quite thread it back to either Piroe or James. So Millwall are able to make moves forward before the ball is out of play for a Millwall throw in. And that will be midway inside the away team's half. The ball is thrown back into the edge of the penalty area and then it goes back to the keeper. Almost closed down there successfully by a on-rushing Dan James, and then a good touch from Piroe as they tried to play it out from the back. Tanganga got almost caught in possession there and Piroe got a touch on it and the ball came out for a throw-in.
Yeah, you're not thanking your keeper for that, Jensen, are you? You know, you see Dan James running after the ball, you know he's not be long before he's next to you, he's that fast, and then you give him a ball like that, and it's just crazy. Like you say, what's wrong with just sometimes clipping it?
Millwall with Norre, back to Cooper. Floats it out wide. Bogle gets in for the first touch. Can't quite keep the ball in play though. And it goes out for a Millwall throw in front of the east stand. And the away team look to move the ball down that far touchline perhaps. Flicked on. Rodon will go and deal with it for Leeds. Now Struijk. And it goes all the way back to Meslier. Meslier rolls it out to Joe Rodon. Back it goes to Meslier once more. Still has Rodon available. Goes straight to Tanaka. He's quickly closed down by Norre, so he goes, keeps the ball and then gives it to Rodon. Now Aaronson back to Tanaka. It's a chilly evening here at Ellen Road. It's been a bizarre day in terms of the weather. I went for a run before the match in a hailstorm. Now here's Bogle, if he can get through the channel. He gets a first touch on it, he goes down under the challenge. But I don't think he was going to get anything there. It was kind of just a coming together between him and the defender. He's still down as Leeds try and win the ball back. They do win the ball back with Dan James. He can't get the ball beyond Norre. Millwall smuggle it away and Bogle remains on the ground in the Millwall penalty area. And the away team attack in his absence as Struijk comes across to deal with the threat that's posed. Leeds then suddenly trying to mount something themselves with Piroe. Nice control in the centre circle. And now to Mana Solomon. Solomon with the ball into Rothwell and then across the centre circle to Tanaka. Bogle's back on his feet. That's a poor ball from Tanaka. Has given James too much to do and he loses out to Azeez. Not once but twice. Azeez takes the ball away from him. Bogle has a swipe and then James has another go at it and then Azeez gets a free kick because of that Dan James foul as it turned out.
Oh, it got a bit messy then, didn't it? But I thought Bogle might have hurt himself there, to be honest. Sort of felt funny on it, didn't he, and stayed down for a little bit, but he's back in now. Just, you know, obviously with the goal, you can just see the confidence growing again with Leeds United. They're knocking it about nicely now. Tanaka's dropping right in and making Millwall work really hard to get it back.
Cooper for Millwall, captain, up towards the halfway line. And then it goes back to the goalkeeper Jensen. And Cooper in possession once more. Across the edge of the area to Tanganga. Forced back to the goalkeeper, Piroe pressing. Jensen was something of a ropey clearance, but he got away with it before Bogle stepped in to win it back for Leeds down the right side. Then he's fouled by Azeez. It's a proper old tussle going on over down that flank. That time it was Leeds who ended up with the free kick, which goes back to Meslier. Meslier, a short pass to Rodon into Rothwell, back to Meslier. Again, Millwall pressing high. Rodon out to Tanaka, gets the ball back. Return to Tanaka and Rodon again. Now Meslier. Struijk is the option this time, the other side of the penalty area. Just moving the ball forward for Leeds. Firpo was outside, but he went back instead to Rothwell. Short ball to Tanaka and back to Rothwell again. Turns right, turns left. And right again to Rodon. Still going. Puts it up over the top for Dan James to chase. It drops in over his shoulder, down by the corner flag. And just rolls away from the Leeds player there. And it goes behind for a goal kick.
Good possession again, wasn't it? You know, not really going anywhere, but the passes are crisp. It's not slow passing back there. But I think that's how Leeds United are going to get out. You know, pass it for a while, and it's going to take, you know, Rodon or Struijk to step in, you know, and bring someone out, because they're sitting in now a little bit more, Millwall, with good shape. But unlucky little ball down the line from Rodon. He's got the ability, both of them, haven't they, Bryn, to come out with the ball. Yeah, keeper he has. I'm just watching it again there, Bryn, you bang on. I don't think he wants to see that again.
Because the ball wasn't there. The reason I ask whether it's going to be an OG, because the shot, I think, has to be on target for it to be deemed to be the attacking player's goal. Yeah. And in that instance, it most definitely wasn't. It was going across the 6-yard box. Leeds with Joe Rodon in possession. Short pass to Bogle. Tries to get it up the line to James. It comes back for Jaden Bogle, so he can set off down that line instead. Oh, good ball into James. Just laid off. Surely that's a foul on James. Nothing given. And Leeds lose possession. Dan James looks a little aggrieved, even from this distance away, as we sit under the West Stand roof. He's over on the far side. Millwall in possession with Cooper. Straight ball. James goes in again to try and win it back. Doesn't manage to do that. Bogle defends with a header down for Tanaka. Clipped up onto the head of James. Tries to flick it into the path of Piroe, but Cooper was waiting. Up that line it goes again. A lot of play down that Leeds right, Millwall left. Ball comes into the middle, but Rodon can't get there. And suddenly, when it does open up, Harding was moving down the right-hand side, but the ball was too far ahead of him. It's an easy collection for Meslier.
I mean, you know, Leeds have obviously had a lot of the ball recently, but you know, fair play to Millwall. They're not here just to sit in, are they? They're actually, when they get it, playing some nice ball, playing some nice football. They obviously think they can get something here, and they've got, you know, beaten Leeds United twice this season. I think you can see in them that they're going, oh, we'll have a go here. Fair play to him, because you don't see it often.
Well, it's meaning we've very much still got a game here, no doubt about that. 20 minutes in. Definitely. One goal in it, but Millwall are game. And they have a throw-in now in the Leeds half as well, which Harding will take into Norre. Back to Harding. Norre. And that combination again comes back into Tanganga in the Millwall half. Further back from Tanganga to Cooper, and he goes long, diagonal. Bogle will intercept that. Can he keep the ball in play? Oh, not quite. Shame, because he was in with a chance of a bit of a movement forward there. Jaden Bogle, it just rolled too far away from him and out for a throw-in.
I think that's something he's improved on, actually, Bogle. His starting position for them sort of cross-field balls, you know, at the start just getting caught underneath him a little bit, but now there's twice, you know, in the last 2 minutes where he's dealt with it really well, hasn't he?
Great challenge by Struijk at the back to win the ball back for Leeds United. Now Solomon's on a bit of a run here, going through the gears in the midfield, goes to ground under a push from Cundle.
He don't want to get that yellow out, does he?
And the referee again not seeing enough in that to punish with the card. Struijk to the middle, breaks for Piroe almost. Almost did come back for Piroe as Cooper almost made a hash of that. Jensen slices his clearance, doesn't go very far. Rothwell with a header forwards, comes for Piroe, laid into the path of Aaronson, into the penalty area. Aaronson breaks through, puts his shot in low, and Jensen, well, not entirely convincingly, just about scrambles that one behind. And Aaronson saw everything open up in front of him there, just couldn't find the shot to beat the keeper.
He couldn't. He's got to go across the goal though, and even if he drags it, Dan James is coming in back stick. I thought he was going to play him across the box. You see him coming in, he's got a tap in. Great play though again, and great little bit of speed there from Aaronson. Went past Tanganga very easily, didn't he?
So Leeds have a corner kick, which Rothwell will deliver from this near side. Tends to be the in-swinger. Curled into the middle now, headed away as James was arriving. Didn't quite make contact. defender got there first. Tanaka with a sliding challenge, and now Millwall try and work it up into the halfway line, and they've managed to do that before Bogle steps in. They've got to win this ball back, and eventually Tanaka does that. Took a while, but it worked out well. Aaronson controls and gives it to Firpo, who's over on the right-hand side.
Yeah, he's in the
Hence
middle of the
moment's
park.
hesitation. Now Solomon. Piroe back to Solomon. Goes and takes up a position in space, Joel Piroe, but it comes back to Rothwell instead. Now Tanaka and Struijk puts it over the top. Solomon, can he take this under control? Just puts it back into the middle. It's headed away by Cooper on this near side. Honeyman has it. He clips the ball forward. Struijk wins the header. Tanaka, short ball into Rothwell, and well played between the two of them.
Really, really nice touches there. 'Cause that can go wrong and then you're in trouble, but they're all under control. They link up well.
Firpo down the left. I wonder whether he could have carried it and let it go on there, Junior Firpo. But Leeds are coming anyway with Piroe now. Piroe just outside the area. Tries his luck. Never really felt that he was going to trouble the keeper with that one from just outside the D, but credit him for having a go anyway. It goes wide and goes behind for a goal kick.
Why not, eh? Have a pop. Never actually, on all honesty, know what foot Piroe is. Is he right or left? Because
yes,
he's though, isn't he? He's got two. He's very comfortable on both. I mean, if that's his weaker foot, it's a great strike on his right peg.
Ball over the halfway line. Beyond Rodon, Firpo in behind to tidy up. James just puts it up in the air, sees what happens. Tanganga heads it. Tanaka bounced right over his head. Honeyman is down on the ground for Millwall, sitting in the centre circle. He has a problem. Millwall, with the game going on around him, in possession, so Harding will be implored to kick the ball into touch so he can get some treatment, which is what Harding does here. Doesn't look good for Honeyman, this, does it? Because I don't think there's any kind of contact injury involved with that. He's shaking his head as he sits there on the ground.
Yeah, always worrying, isn't it? I think someone who needs to get warm, to be honest. It's one of them, when no one's around you and then just sit down, you're done for the night, I'm afraid.
He's getting the pats, conciliatory pats on the head from his teammates as well, which suggests that there's a muscle injury there. It's probably going to bring his evening to an end.
Well, it's good for Leeds United because he's a threat, isn't he? He's experienced. You can see him out there. He's a bit of a leader, what it looks like. So hopefully he does come off, to be honest. I hope it's not too bad for the lad, but
they've got some attacking players on the bench, Millwall.
Yeah.
So I think the opportunity is there for Alex Neil if he wants to kind of change the approach with this one, because Emakhu played in the game at the weekend. And Connolly's on the bench as well. Mitchell also. So there are attacking players who's kept in reserve for this one. The board's about to go up to confirm Honeyman's imminent departure, and Alex Neil is just taking the opportunity to have basically a session with his players. Most of the outfield players are around the manager. Two centre halves are the only two, plus the keeper, who haven't got involved in the discussion that is ongoing down below.
I mean, I know he's 1-0 down, and you see Alex Neil there. It looks like he's not aggressive, but he's got to be happy with how the game started. I know the goal's a bit of a freak goal, but they're passing it around. It's not the Millwall that I haven't seen a lot of Millwall this season. I thought it'd be Cooper gets at the back, they go straight up to Ivanovic or up to one of the strikers, and it's a tussle. No, playing it out from the back and playing some nice football. So we can't be too disappointed, but you know, you've got to be careful playing like that against Leeds United, because you can start leaving gaps behind you, and then that's when Dan Jane gets in and Solomon, and you're in real trouble then, because you ain't catching them.
Fingers crossed. So.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So the change with the slow walk that Honeyman is being forced to make from the far side of the centre circle all the way across to the near side, not moving at all comfortably, the Millwall man. And change will be signalled shortly. Still, the walk is not getting any time. It's not getting any quicker, is it? This walk. It's a conversation going on with the coaching staff, the medical team rather, currently. It's strange. It's like they're having a little kind of walk in the park on a Sunday morning.
Yeah. It's because the lad isn't ready.
Oh, I see. Right.
That's what you got to do.
So the message has gone out to take your time.
Yeah, he hasn't got his shinies on, or he's lost his shirt, one or the other.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right.
So, they're going through telling him what to do.
They haven't got, the sub is not ready to come on. And so that has been an entirely cynical exercise.
Exactly. Yeah. Still had his tracksuit on that he travelled on. I don't understand why you do that. When I was on the bench, I just had everything not ready. Just take your top off and you're on, because if you weren't ready on the bench, you weren't coming on. You'd just turn around. If you took more than 30 seconds, you'd go, right, sit him back down, get someone else on.
Well, Mitchell has finally arrived. He's ready.
Nice for him
well,
to
actually,
join us,
one of his
it?
socks was down, but he's pulled that up now. So that is, yeah, okay. Well, that's, I think it comes under the heading of gamesmanship, doesn't it? But they're up to the full quota. And Millwall have the new midfielder wearing the number 8 shirt in midfield for them. Rothwell back to Pascal Struijk. Well, that's going to mean some time to be added on at the end of this first period. Meslier in the penalty area. Out to Rodon, who's allowed to carry this one a little further forward. Give it to Aaronson. Back to Tanaka. Tanaka back to Aaronson. Tucks it into Rodon. Across the back to Struijk. Struijk to Rothwell's dropped deep. He's the man who's been driving Leeds through the midfield in this first 25 minutes or so. Tanaka with a looping ball, strange one, straight up in the air. And Cooper is back in with James.
Yeah.
Actually, it drops well for Firpo, and now comes out from Firpo to Solomon, just outside the penalty area. Solomon back to Rothwell. Plenty of movement in the box, but he goes square. Tanaka, space for a shot! Not a bad one either. Hit that one really powerfully. At full stretch, goalkeeper Jensen was happy to see that one fly just beyond the post.
Yeah, he's beaten there. It's a lovely strike, almost like that sort of knuckleball, how he's hit it. Great. The first touch sets it up for him. I tell you what, it starts on target, it's going top corner and just fades off, a bit like one of your drives at Rodon Park.
If only I played golf.
One of mine then.
More like one of my clearances.
Yeah, but great strike, eh?
Yeah, plenty of power in that. He did just swing away from goal at the key moment. Millwall now trying to build something with Azeez down there, left-hand side. Challenges come in from Leeds. Aaronson can't get hold of the ball. Norre, and then back into his own half to Cooper. Further back it goes to the goalkeeper, who's just on the edge of the D. Short ball to Tanganga. Half-hour mark here. Mitchell down the line. And Solomon and Firpo between them do an excellent job of winning the possession back for Leeds in the shape of a throw-in. Just pressure on the man in possession. Subs appear down below, as Firpo takes the throw to Piroe. And then a clear foul by Tanganga. Poor challenge that from Tanganga, just laid straight into junior Firpo. Picks himself up now, and the referee again. Not even a word with Tanganga.
Maybe why he's thought, you know what, I've got a chance to hit him here, because he's not giving the yellows out. Referee's letting a lot go, and start doing that, the game starts getting out of hand, because people start going, I'll take that.
Piroe, nicely played. Aaronson, oh, what a shame, what a shame.
I like
well, it's a fabulous goal, but it's not going to count because the flag has long since been raised. And it's got to be close, hasn't it?
Great, I'd like to see that again. It certainly isn't Piroe. Maybe is it Aaronson coming back?
I thought it was Aaronson.
Who tries a little beautiful little Cruyff round the corner. But it's great play. Let's have a look. Oh, he's on.
Oh, that's poor.
He's on all day. He's banging line. He's banging line.
Oh, what a shame.
He couldn't wait to get it up the linesman as well.
What a shame.
What a shame. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Absolute classic goal.
Yeah.
Leeds have just been denied.
Yeah.
Super football.
Super.
And you knew from Piroe's reaction, didn't you? That he didn't agree.
Yeah.
Long ball played. Jensen's come way out of his penalty area to get there just ahead of James and launches it back up in the night sky. Tanaka, good header forward to Piroe. travelled a long way to get to Joel Piroe. Now Firpo, James is offside this time. He is just coming back from an offside position. Referee has let play go on, and Leeds win the ball back with Solomon behind Firpo though, and then Tanaka can't get in on Norre either. And Struijk does in no uncertain terms. And now words being said to the fourth official, Norre, probably about one of the challenges.
Yeah, I think it's about the offside bit, Bryn. He let it go, and it wasn't great position for Millwall, was it really? It wasn't comfortable, and then they lost it. But
I don't think I've ever seen anyone put a flag up for offside and then but play continue.
Yeah, well, sometimes the referee goes, oh, they've got the ball back, so you can carry on, don't they? But normally when there's loads of time, or you know, there's a Leeds player not running after him. But I still can't believe the goal. I think I'm sure he's been told now, Parker, he's onside.
Oh, well,
the first thing they've asked
him,
have said.
Well, the analysts will have definitely run the rule over that.
They'll be running from down here. They sit up here, don't they?
Well, we had one of the analysts sitting next to us at Portsmouth, and he knew instantaneously, pretty much, that Dan James had been fouled for the for the penalty that wasn't. So we could see the replays he was seeing, and it was obvious from that. Right. So the same message will be being relayed on the basis of the fact that surely Leeds should have been credited with what would have been a magnificent goal. Throw in to Millwall. Cundle leaves it for Harding. Short throw into Mitchell. Harding back to Tanganga. Further back it goes to Jensen. Piroe running hard, but an easy clearance for Jensen. The best clearance. Tanaka's underneath it. Surely a push there as well as he went up with that one. Aaronson picks it up for Leeds, surrounded by green shirts. Tries to scoop it out. Listen to that. Leeds get a free kick, and the roar goes up from a fan base that feels they're getting a bit of a raw deal from Mr. Whitehouse here. Rothwell from the short free kick to Rodon, and back to Rothwell again. On it goes to Aaronson. Tanaka to Rodon. Now Rothwell on the halfway line. Short ball into Aaronson. Sets off going forwards. There's a lot of space down this side for Firpo, and it's played into his path now. Firpo can cross into the penalty area. His header clear from Cooper. Just a rising ball in the penalty area, and then suddenly the potential break was on there, and Cundle has caught Tanaka. And again, the referee will award the free kick with a late challenge on Tanaka and do nothing more than that.
Good aerial that Firpo got into there, but I don't know why he's pinging that ball in. It's almost like a stand-up back stick sort of cross. I mean, you've got Dan James coming in back stick. I know he's got a great leap, but sometimes get that out of your foot and just whip it into that dangerous area. Anything
that height, you expect Cooper's going to go and deal with it, though, don't you? Rodon for Leeds with the square ball to Rothwell. Again, Firpo, acres out on this near side. Harding left him alone. Firpo comes back into Rothwell. Steps up to the edge of the penalty area. Drifts out to this near side. Solomon waits in support and gets the ball off him now. Manor Solomon into the middle to Tanaka. Tanaka has James to his right. Plays it into gap for Bogle. Bogle's not going to quite get there again. Really clever football from Leeds, and Bogle had made a good run, but the pass was just slightly overhit from Dan James.
Yeah, Brendan, you've called it. Great football again. Was it great movement off the ball? It makes you make that pass when you see someone do a lovely run like that, but just misjudged by Dan James. Just a little bit too much on it. And you know what? It wasn't really that hard a pass. He'll be disappointed with that, DJ, because it wasn't that hard a ball, but great movement. They've got a great understanding now, them two, haven't they? Got a good relationship.
Work well together down that right-hand side, offensively and defensively. Ball is out of play for a Leeds United throw-in, midway inside the Leeds half. Bogle is over there to take it with less than 10 minutes of the first half remaining. At the 45 at least, we're going to have a few added minutes for the Honeyman injury and the slow walk-off. As Bogle chucks it forward, Norre with a header for Millwall. Azeez, strong challenge from Bogle. Norre comes in again, flicked on by Azeez, then helped forward by James. Comes off the shoulder of Aaronson, breaks kindly for Tanaka. He's in a bit of a cul-de-sac and he loses the ball. Norre has it for Millwall, plays it out to this near side where Harding pops up in some space. Firpo's come across to cover, but he hasn't got there. Harding's got away from him. Solomon's come back to cover. Off the shins it comes of Manor Solomon. He's done a great job there because it came off Solomon and then it's hit Harding and then it's gone out for a goal kick.
Yeah. Great, like you said, what you said over there, Dan James and Bogle, you know, defensively are great as well, and the same again, you know, Firpo's just hesitated and the ball's gone round him, but Solomon's in there to help him out. Must be great having a winger in front of you who does that. You know, it's so much easier. It's a great work rate from him, and good defending, stood him up and got the goal kick.
Did well to do that for sure.
Yeah.
Meslier will take this one long. Firpo beaten by Harding in the air. Rodon, not the best header from Joe Rodon. It's come down for Mitchell in the Leeds half. Hits the referee on the back, which means the play is stopped. And it'll be a drop ball in Millwall's favour here, as they were in possession at the time it hit the official. Sends Piroe away. Drops into the path of Norre. Now Tanganga. Mitchell further back to Cooper. Out to his left. Move forward down the left-hand side by Bryan. On it goes to Azeez. Back to Bryan again. Joe Bryan with a pass back towards the halfway line. And then into his own half from Norre to Cooper. Curls a pass into the Leeds half. Mitchell in the centre circle. That one hits Aaronson on the back of the head. Spins through for Cooper. Plays it back to Mitchell in midfield. Now out to the right side to Harding. Harding's got a bit of space here to move into. Coming in field. And then Rothwell can't quite block him off. And then Aaronson does a great job of doing exactly that. Ah, what a shame. Piroe and James got in each other's way, because there was a chance for a charge forward there. There's another chance here perhaps. And then Piroe scoops that one up. That's not a good ball either. So Joel Piroe not exactly covered himself in glory in the last 30 seconds there. Got in the way of Dan James. Didn't find him with a pass. Now Azeez attacks for Millwall. He puts a good ball right across the penalty area. And nobody had come in to meet that one. It comes all the way out on this near side for a throw-in.
He's a threat, that Azeez, by the way. Done a couple of things where you go in, you know, knocked a couple of lads off the ball. And then he's a threat. Need to keep an eye on him, because that's a beauty of a ball as well. It's right across that 6-yard box. I don't know where any of the strikers are.
Nowhere in the vicinity on that occasion. Piroe back to Rothwell and out to Firpo. Leeds up the line to Solomon. Lets it run, clever. Piroe wins a throw-in for Leeds. Tanganga getting in first to make the touch. Throw-in is infield to Rothwell. Push further on to Rodon. Into Aaronson. Bogle to Tanaka. So Struijk come back to Tanaka again. Again, Firpo waits on this near side, but the ball is over on the right side with Rodon to Tanaka and now Rothwell. Now Struijk surely will play it to Firpo. It's the obvious ball from this position, and he gets it now. Solomon infield gets it off Junior Firpo. Comes inside the first challenge of Mitchell, but then Harding gets a foot in, diverts the ball into the path of a teammate. Mitchell again in possession. Saville back to the edge of the area, and Cooper. Cooper's gone to his left. James has gone to close down, and he's done really well to win the ball back, and he can set off on a run now. Dan James up to the edge of the penalty area, still going. Dan James has 3 waiting in the box, tries to curl it in. Defender gets back at him well. James again on the edge of the area, spins away from Azeez, curls it in, but too much in that one. Decisions, 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 and 2 opportunities for Dan James down the edge of the penalty area. First one too short, second one too long.
Was, yeah. Great pace that showed. Work rate again, helping out. Bogle wins it. No one can catch him, and then you just wanted that crossing that he's been great with all season, to be honest. He's really improved with his final ball. But yeah, tries one that's too short, and then the other one's a bit of a swing and a miss, isn't it, on the left peg. But yeah, do you know what? He's not bad actually coming in on that left, is he? He's put a couple of good balls in, but just didn't get that right then.
So Jensen will take the goal kick for Millwall. Heads up from Rodon. helped on by Tanaka. Played forward into the Leeds half, down the far touchline, but the flag, well, the whistle's gone rather. I was anticipating for an offside, but has the ball gone out of play over on that far side?
Yeah, I was the same. I was thinking,
So it'll be a Leeds throw in, which Bogle will take to Tanaka and back to Bogle. Elects to go long. It's not a bad idea actually, but didn't quite break for either James or Solomon, kind of in between the two. Rodon with a header to the halfway line. Saville to Azeez. Out it goes to Norre. Down the line for Azeez, making progress. Out by the touchline. Leeds have got 2 men up on him. Rodon was one and Bogle was the other. They won the ball. Tanaka trying to get it forward. I think it's come off a Millwall foot. No, it hasn't. It's gone straight off Tanaka and out. So that will be a Millwall throw in the Leeds half. Back it goes to the halfway line to Cooper. Into the centre circle to Tanganga. Harding, the right back, into his own half to Mitchell, the sub. And now Cooper, the captain. Long ball out wide to Azeez. Nods it down into the path of Saville. Stumbles under a challenge. Millwall are given an advantage, and then the referee pulls the play back for a foul, pushing the back of the fullback on the left side, Bryan. And so that will be a chance for Millwall to put one open into that Leeds United penalty area.
This is what I thought it'd be more of from Millwall, to be honest, is, you know, looking for set pieces around these areas, because they're a big team still, you know, and they're aggressive, but they've actually played some nice football. But this has got to be defended now, especially with almost half time now. You don't want to concede now.
So Leeds line up on just outside the penalty area as the signal is given. It's curled in deep and the heads go up, and the man meeting it was Tanganga, but never on target, that one. Came in over a crowd of players, and Daniel Farke raises his hands above his head, and I think he gives his defenders a little clap there. Leeds fans doing their bit as we move towards the half-time interval. Period in which Leeds conceded in the last home game against West Bromwich Albion from a set piece, put into the back post. So Leeds have defended that one successfully at least. Cooper with a strong header though, forward into the Leeds half. And Millwall have it on the halfway line with Harding, now Mitchell. Mitchell still going, switches the play as Azeez has picked up the ball down the left-hand side for the away team. Step overs up to the edge of the penalty area. Low cross in, and it's going to take a deflection and go behind for a corner kick. So Millwall are finishing the half as they began it, by putting pressure on the Leeds United penalty area.
They are, yeah. I think Saville now, isn't he, and Mitchell are starting to get that ball and looking for Azeez, aren't they, and get him out there. You can see he's a threat. Defended well by Bogle, but just, you know, he's trying to cross the ball and he gets a nick out for a corner. But what you said there, last home game, just before half-time conceded, don't need that again.
4 added minutes, so they've got plenty of time here, Millwall.
Yeah.
As they prepare to take this corner kick. Pretty much everybody up for Millwall, just one left back in the centre circle. Curl the cross into the middle now, heads go up, and it's Cooper who meets it, and he was in a good position, and his header goes beyond the post. And there's a little element of relief there as that one goes the other side and not inside.
Yeah, it's almost like the two of them. I think Tanganga was the other one who was sort of free. Leeds United are doing like a couple of zonals, aren't they, with Rodon, and then a couple picking up. But yeah, lucky to be honest. Cooper's normally not bad from there, is he? I mean, he's 6'5" and should have really scored.
He has a reputation for sure. Leeds trying to get possession of the ball in the centre circle. Up in the air it goes. There's a battle going on. Aaronson can't get there, but Struijk will. Just puts one up. Might work for Solomon, this one. Controls. Excellent from Mana Solomon. Works it forward. There's 3 in front of him, so he's come back to Rothwell. He's gone across the middle to Tanaka. Tanaka Bogle offers himself and gets it just in from the touchline. Back to Tanaka again, forced out by Norre. Rothwell delivers it out to Dan James. James brings it into the middle, gives the ball away to Mitchell. Leeds have got to get back behind it now. Bogle was a long way up the park there. Struijk chests it down for Rodon. Keep possession, give it to Tanaka. Bogle back to Tanaka. And into the middle it comes to Rothwell. Good football. Now Rothwell, can he get Firpo going down this near side? That's where the ball has arrived. Now Junior Firpo.
No, you're right, Bryn, yeah. Coming back in, it's easy to come back in. You use your pace.
He's in again, Firpo. Oh, Aaronson couldn't thread it through to him. So Rothwell, he'll try instead and gives it to Firpo again. Low cross in. Bit of a streaky cross, but it almost fell for Solomon. Millwall clear. Struijk goes up with a header, but it'll drop now for Saville in midfield in their own half still. Aaronson holding him up. And the ball goes back into Harding. He just puts it up in the air for Ivanovic. Now Leeds going to try and win it back, but they fail to do that. And then there's a late challenge by Firpo on Saville. Both players end up in a heap on the ground. And it will be a free kick to Millwall when either or both are back on their feet. Saville first up, Firpo still down.
And winded, I reckon. It's a bit of it, just turn into it, bang. Firpo's always allowed one a game though, isn't he? Hey, he's doing great, but he's always got a tackling where you're like, oh, that's a yellow, oh, maybe red.
A bit of a wincer.
Yeah. Pretend you didn't see it. No, I didn't see out, ref.
Well, he's back up and he's back in his own half now. We're in the final minute of the added 4. And Millwall have put a line of players up in that Leeds half for this free kick. Drops onto the head of Rodon, heads it clear. Bryan, and back in now to Saville, and Norre in the centre circle. Slips as he, not once but twice as he went to strike that ball. He was a little lucky to get away with that, but he made good contact with it as it turned out. Now Aaronson, good play on the halfway line, quickly hustled out of it by Mitchell though. And Mitchell sets off to turn into the Leeds half now. Ball is on that left-hand side. Goes out of play. It's going to be a throw in. And that's the last action of the first half. So Leeds starting it explosively with the cross in from Solomon that hit the keeper and went in. And then Leeds creating what looked like a fabulous goal that was ruled out for offside. But in the midst of all of that, we've seen moments from Millwall to suggest that there's quite a lot more work to be done yet to see this one home. Half-time scoreline is Leeds 1, Millwall 0.
Yeah, totally. Bryn, what you've absolutely called it. You know, like I said, I've not seen much of Millwall, but impressed with them. They've got a game on their hands in this second half. Some of the play they play has been great, but Leeds United have been better pressing with the ball. You know, against Portsmouth, it wasn't there, that press, was it? And they got dominated. But, you know, it's a real good battle out there, to be honest. Two decent teams. Nice to see a team come to Ellen Road and have a goal for once. Easy to blooming commentate on, isn't it? You know, normally you sat here going, oh, they're sat in, they've got 6 at the back. It's actually refreshing to see a team have a go at Leeds. But, you know, Leeds United have done some great play and some great movements, and just the pass being off a little bit. Should be 2-0 up, let's have it right. It's a fantastic goal. The play from Piroe and Aaronson is fantastic. But it's not to be, but I totally agree. The second half is going to be tough again. Got to go again.
Go again, that's the message from Matt Kilgallen. Half-time scoreline is Leeds United 1, Millwall 0. So we're ready to get the game underway again. And Millwall it is who do that job. Temperature continues to drop here at Ellen Road. It's a cold, cold evening. Doesn't feel like the middle of March. Or maybe it does. Free kick to Leeds for a foul on Firpo. Doesn't feel like it felt at the weekend, that's for sure, when it was bright sunshine and blue skies at Portsmouth. In fact, a lot of good that did, so we'll take the cold. Ball out wide to the left-hand side. Firpo trying to carry it forward for Leeds. Held up. Starts again. Piroe, he's worked the ball well down the left side for Mana Solomon. Solomon up to the edge of the penalty area. There's plenty in the middle. He's gone into the far post. James was waiting, just flicked away before Dan James could get there. And then the ball is cleared out from the near side touchline. Tanaka chases in, tells teammates to step away. He's got this, and he gives it to Rothwell. Rothwell looks, there's nothing in the box, so he's had to come out to this near side to Bogle instead. And now Tanaka, who has some space just outside the penalty area. Short ball to Aaronson, back to Tanaka in the box. Tanaka on his right foot, low drive in, hits James, I think, on the back, comes back out for Aaronson, tries a half volley goalwards. It's blocked and cleared away. Rodon heads it back into the edge of the area. Cooper scoops it away. And then Firpo heads it to Struijk. And Struijk will go all the way back to goalkeeper Meslier. And Meslier out to Rodon. Almost into materialised into something exciting for Leeds there. Rothwell drives again for Leeds United. Paul is not the best, easily cut out by Azeez. And Millwall down the right side with Harding now moving over the halfway line. Back it goes towards the halfway line. Mitchell again in possession of the ball for Millwall. Back into the centre circle to giant figure of Cooper. Bryan, good interception by Rothwell. Slides across the wet turf and just plays the ball into touch for a Millwall throw in. Right down below us here. Bryan goes back to Cooper. Into the centre circle to Tanganga. To his right. Forwards to Harding on the touchline. Up against Solomon. Solomon gets a little bit of a foot in. It breaks back to Mitchell, who goes back to Tanganga. Now Cooper. Cooper gets it to Bryan, just ahead of Dan James. Cooper again, across the back to Tanganga. Returns the ball to Cooper. Aaronson comes into press. It's worked out to Norre. Aaronson will come in again to press, and he'll do well to almost win it back, and then actually to win Leeds a throw-in by his pressure. Again, Daniel Farke, hands above head, applauds the effort. It's what it's got to be, intensity. Rodon to this near side to Bogle. Comes a little in field to Tanaka. Just pushes it back to Rodon. It goes back to the goalkeeper. Meslier back to Rodon again. Millwall press high as Rodon goes long to the halfway line. Won easily by Cooper on the halfway line. Azeez. Tanaka goes in for Leeds. Norre comes out with it, but he tried to poke it into the path of Azeez, but it went ahead of him and out for a throw-in.
Pressing's good, isn't it? Started lively Leeds United on the closing down. And
nice little flick from Piroe there. That was clever. Almost broke for James, and then the looping clearance is going to find its way to Mana Solomon, all on the far side from the near side. Solomon taking the ball forward for Leeds United now. Cuts back for Firpo, just behind him. Firpo's ball, though, is behind Dan James, who was the third point of the triangle there for Leeds. And the ball is headed back into Millwall's half, but then it's played out to this near side for Millwall and Azeez, who will cross the halfway line now, pursued by Piroe. Still going, the Millwall man. Comes back into Saville. Saville into Mitchell. Mitchell back to the halfway line to Cooper. Cooper across the halfway line to Tanganga. Diagonal ball onto the head of Bogle. Drops though for Saville, then comes down from Saville's head to Tanaka. Now a nice ball from Tanaka to play Solomon in down the left-hand side. There are runners through the middle as Solomon arrives on the edge of the penalty area. Into the penalty area, step over, shot! Clips the top of the crossbar then. And Mana Solomon was so close to driving Leeds 2 goals ahead, just over.
Yeah, great ball from Tanaka. Can run onto the ball, the pass is that good. And then he's 1v1. And that's where you want him, isn't it? Lovely little step over, and hits the top of the bar. Great strike.
So that was the excellent riposte from Leeds when Millwall have been trying to build a bit of pressure in the Leeds half. Tanaka with a pass into the path of Solomon. Almost put it in. Bogle wins a good header against Azeez. Loops it back deep into the Millwall half. It means that Bryan's got to go back, and all he can do with it is clip it into touch. So Leeds end up with a throw-in. 5 minutes of the second half gone. Ball thrown into the chest of James, taken away from him to Norre, and then played up by Azeez, but straight to Rothwell. Nods it back to Struijk. Plays it to Rodon. Rodon will go back to Meslier. Struijk will break one side, Rodon the other. And Rodon it is who gets it off the keeper. Rodon tempted to carry it forward. Gets the ball into James. Lovely little layoff for Aaronson. Aaronson's caught in full flight there. But not a foul, apparently. A throw-in for Leeds instead.
Thought it was a foul, I'll be honest. Great little play again. It's so tight, but the touch is round the corner and them almost reading each other what they're going to do is great to watch.
Well, apologies to... It was given as a foul, ultimately. Taken quickly and short. And Leeds have now worked it all the way out to the left-hand side. So again, if it was a foul, it wasn't a yellow card.
Yeah, it was late.
Tanaka curls across into the box, brilliant! Comes back out almost for Aaronson. Firpo thought he would have hit that one. Dropping to him on the far side, but Aaronson's coming to win it back again. Just outside the penalty area. Difficult for Solomon as he has the ball at his feet with two on his shoulder. Trying to wriggle his way through the crowd there, and as he won Leeds a corner, he's done exceptionally well to even do that. He
has. Totally agree. Great little feat, because it didn't look like he was going anywhere, did it? And even to get it under control and know what he was doing and wins a corner. What a pick out though by Tanaka for Firpo at the back stick. Vision there, beautiful. He could have hit it. I mean, you dream of them sort of volleys, but he's tried to put it across the goal. The form he's in, he might as well let a pop.
Well, a dream can become a nightmare, can't it?
Oh, very quickly.
He didn't take that on, but Leeds with Rothwell now into the penalty area. Chance to shoot! Hit it goalwards. It took a deflection on its way. Well, that really did open up. Now here's Tanaka. Low ball into the near post. Just cleared away. Frustration for Leeds. They try again with Dan James. Two in front of him. In it goes to Tanaka. Tanaka turns and tries to get to the byline. He's forced away towards a corner flag. And then it's taken off his toes now for a Leeds United throw-in. Big period of pressure this from the home team. Throw-in down by the corner flag. Bogle's come across to take it. Crowd responding. Far end. Aaronson by the corner flag. Trying to put it in the middle. He's won a corner. Came off the defender as it just dropped over that byline. And so Leeds send Rothwell out to this near side to deliver the ball into the penalty area. Rothwell comes to find the ball. Rodon and Struijk had a long, slow walk up towards the edge of the penalty area together there, talking all the way. Rodon now is in a queue behind Firpo, right in the middle of the penalty area, which now Struijk joins. Says he's been held as he tries to get away from his marker. Referee steps in to have words with Cooper. Cooper is the man designated to pick up Pascal Struijk.
He's a threat, isn't he, Struijk, at these? No surprise that Cooper's on him.
He stays with him as Leeds prepared to put this ball in the penalty. Again, the referee's got to step in once more as there's more bumping in there. Crowd break. Heads go up over everybody. Doesn't quite break for Solomon. It's whipped forward and up and over the halfway line where Bogle waits, chests it down and puts it back for Meslier. Aaronson deep in his own half, but ball goes out to Bogle instead. Now there's a lot of space ahead of Bogle here. He's just gone short and square to Rothwell. Rothwell in across the centre circle to Firpo. Further wide to Solomon. Aaronson sets off ahead of him, but Solomon brings it in field instead. Short ball to Tanaka. Tanaka to Rodon. James waits wide and he gets the ball now. Dan James in from the touchline. In field to Piroe. Turns and moves it to his left to Tanaka. On to Aaronson. Back to Tanaka once more. Firpo comes back to Tanaka. Tanaka goes past the first challenge. Into the edge of the area, doesn't break for Piroe, but it does come down instead for the half volley from just outside the penalty area. And it's a hands to the head moment for Leeds United and Brendan Aaronson there. If he could have got it to dip a little more, that would have gone just under the bar. As it was, it went just over.
Yeah, great effort. Really is. Ball's bouncing about, takes it lovely on his chest to set him up. The touch is perfect for him to hit the volley. And like what you said there, he's tried the old dipper, hasn't he? The old paintbrush, they call it, but just got a little bit too much on it. A great effort.
It's frustrated Brendan Aaronson. Ball in the Leeds half. Mitchell plays it into space. Solomon tracks back. Harding on his shoulder. Goes back to Meslier. Goes long with it first time. Cooper underneath it. The looping header straight to Aaronson. Nods it on to Piroe. Takes it down. Needs to deliver the ball here. Gives it to Firpo. Gets applause for that. On to Aaronson. Down the channel for Leeds. Out to his left to Solomon. Solomon comes back to Rothwell and back to Solomon once more to cross the ball for Leeds. Whips it into the middle. Nobody in there. Firpo is, rather Bogle is chasing to this near side to win Leeds a throw in. Yeah. Good effort from Jaden Bogle.
Great effort. Solomon's just got to do a little bit better with that cross though, overhit, you know, with time there. See what he's tried to do, he's tried to whip it with pace and everything, but just hit it too hard.
Well, James is usually his intended recipient for those. That one went a bit over the head of Dan James. Leeds with the ball in the Millwall half. Tanaka to Aaronson. Back it goes to Rodon, and now Tanaka again. Comes back and looks for space and finds it. Makes it himself, really.
Did. So comfortable on it, isn't he? Never under pressure, always looks like he's in control.
Here's Solomon down the left. Lofted on for Firpo. Comes back for Rothwell and Firpo once more. Rothwell infield to Aaronson. Across the middle to Tanaka. Gives it back to Aaronson again. Solomon lays it off for Aaronson. Still waiting on that far side is Firpo. Gives it back to Aaronson. Short ball infield to Solomon. Now Piroe broken into Aaronson in the penalty area. Tries to get it back into the middle. And the goalkeeper came out quickly. And the final touch, I think, was off the Leeds man and behind for a goal kick.
Oh, great play again. Round the corners, understanding each other. And Aaronson, you can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to take that touch. Great little ball around the corner from Piroe. And he's trying to put it onto his right foot, isn't he? He just gets it wrong, and then it ends up on his left with a... Yeah, it's a bad touch. A bad touch. It's a chance, is that?
It was Aaronson who ended up sliding out with the ball. Goal kick. Header won by Rodon. Picked up by Harding. Harding will go back to Jensen. James is going to chase him just in case. Jensen plays it past him and up to the halfway line. Firpo, good ball in field to Solomon, taken down and given to Aaronson. Leeds are playing some good stuff at the moment. Piroe now, runner from Bogle, just short of Bogle. Still Millwall under pressure in their own penalty area. Saville just plays it into touch for a throw in.
Yeah, a lot of pressure, aren't they? Under a lot of pressure, Millwall at the minute, but just got to take this chance now with all this pressure on them. Need to get that next goal.
Tanaka. Back it comes to Rodon. To Tanaka again, infield to Aaronson. Under hit, but Leeds are lucky they get the ball given back to them, and Rothwell has it. And Rothwell, it's not going to be the ball that Bogle wants. Two instances there where Leeds passing was just a little bit off, and it goes behind that one for a goal kick. As we look at the clock, and we're on the hour mark here at Ellen Road. Leeds United 1, Millwall 0. Early goal. Probably going down as a Jensen own goal from Solomon's cross. It also hit Cooper on its way. Goalkeeper's was the final touch. He it is who's just played the goal kick. Rodon gets up, but comes off the top of his head and out for a throw-in. Millwall about to make a change. No sign that Leeds are considering likewise at the moment. Bryan takes a throw-in. Back it goes to Cooper. Emakhu is that attacking midfielder we mentioned, who's about to come on. Ball comes back into the goalkeeper, Jensen. Lofts it out to the near side to Bryan. Helps it on first time to Azeez. Struijk, great challenge. Now Tanaka does really well to protect the ball and keep the ball and give it to a teammate. And that's Bogle. Bogle's pushed out of it by Azeez. Not quite strong enough, but Tanaka intercepts well in the midfield. Got to pick the right pass out. And he doesn't. I wasn't expecting to have to say that. It was behind Joel Piroe, and it was intercepted.
Reads it so well, though. So well. He's a dream for a centre-halves to have in front of you.
Azeez now moving forward for Millwall. Joe Rodon, strong challenge. And a second. Millwall, though, pick up the loose ball with Billy Mitchell. drifts past Solomon, but Solomon's taking it off him, and Solomon now can move forward. He's got runners ahead of him. James is through the middle. James lets it run across his body, but in doing so gives Cooper the chance to get back at him. And then Aaronson with a little drag back in midfield on Saville to concede a free kick, but thwart the counter-attack. And it didn't just quite work out for Leeds United there.
Just, I think the ball from Solomon could have had a little bit more onto it. Put it into the grass with Dan James, you know, didn't really need to find his feet.
So triple change, is it? Or double change coming for Millwall, with Crama coming on. And Emakhu as well. And Norre is one of those who's come off. And Harding
yeah.
The left back as well. So Crama will go across to that left side to fill in. Crama actually started the last game. Plays generally plays as a centre half or right back.
Second over right back, yeah.
He's over on the left.
Last game.
As the ball goes from Crama back into the penalty area, he's in that right back role now. Crama, the recent sub. Ball on the halfway line. Firpo can't get there, but Rothwell can. Nods it back for Pascal Struijk. Struijk back into the penalty area to Meslier. Now Rodon into Aaronson. Back to Rodon. Just about keeps it in play. Invites the chase over the top for Dan James, who's got in ahead. Oh, he's brought down. Dragged down. This has got to be a yellow card.
Come on, ref.
If this isn't a yellow card, I'm going home.
Oh, don't leave me on my own up here.
No, it's all down to you. If this doesn't result in a yellow card, I'm done.
No. Oh no, he's got the spray out. I don't think there's any card.
Oh, what? So Dan James had got away from Bryan then.
You could probably say 2 yellows. Should really be maybe having a shower, Bryan.
And James would be on his way towards and into the penalty area, having got past the fullback.
Yeah, he didn't deal with it, did he? Let it bounce. It just gave Dan James that sort of chance to get his body in, and he did, and then sort of turned him, and it's a yellow card.
Or it isn't.
No, yeah.
As it turns out. So you're going to have to commit some sort of pretty serious crime here, I think, to get the yellow card, aren't you?
Yeah, 2 foot at least.
May involve use of a knife or something.
Yeah, it's got to be something. Headlock.
He's got no cards, I think the Leeds fans are singing here. Yeah, that's what they're singing. Can confirm. So Rothwell to try and exact further punishment in a different manner here for Leeds with the free kick. 6-7 yards outside the penalty area. In it goes, heads up to the near post from Dan James, but there's no way he was turning that on goal. Came at him and off his head and behind for a goal kick. Jensen goes to retrieve from the supporters behind the goal.
Yeah, the second half, you know, they're not even trying to play out now, Millwall, at all. We've seen that Leeds United are pressing better and just playing no risk, really, and going long, trying to get the second balls.
Well, swings out towards this near side touchline. Flicked on into touch by Saville. Emakhu was waiting behind him, but never got the chance to make a challenge. Leeds have a throw in. Aaronson back to Bogle. He just launches it, and that will be won in the air by Cooper, but James did his best. He almost worked in Leeds' favour. Back in the Leeds half for Leeds to defend with Rodon's looping header towards the halfway line. Aaronson nipped in well, but just couldn't keep the ball with a header in play. So it goes out in the halfway line for a Millwall throw in. Back to Jake Cooper. Cooper to Tanganga. Across the back it goes to Crama. Into a space where it's laid off, but well intercepted.
There,
Just needed to be well intercepted because Firpo had lost his man. Azeez. Bogle into the middle, difficult. Tanaka. James will just keep it in play.
Brilliant.
Gone past the first challenge, but well stopped by the Cundle sliding effort after that. And then given away. And then won back and then given away. And ping, ping, ping. And Leeds come with Rothwell now. And Rothwell has Firpo to his left, but he's paid it into him now. Solomon's further on again. Solomon has it in the penalty area, puts a low ball into the middle, well defended, comes back for Solomon, still in the box, looking to get towards goal, put back into the middle again, it's cleared away. And further frustration for Leeds as Struijk goes down. The referee saw a free kick, but I think he's played an advantage, and Leeds come again with Tanaka. Out to this right side to James, just a ball in the box that isn't quite what's required at this stage. Tanaka. Short ball to Aaronson. Aaronson to Rothwell. On to Aaronson to carry it out to the left side where it's pushed to Struijk. Further wide to the touchline to Solomon. Solomon to attack the box now. Ball at his feet into the penalty area. Freddie back for Aaronson. Shot. Takes the deflection, goes behind. Corner kick.
Yeah, good play again. I think the way forward is to get it out to Solomon at the minute. You know, the lad Crama come on. He looks more of a centre half, to be honest, to me. He looks a big lad. He looks about 6'3", 6'4".
Does generally play there.
Exactly. So when you're out there and you've got Solomon running at you, it's not nice. So it's probably something I would look for. And maybe Rothwell and Tanaka have picked that up, but then it's scrambling around in the box. Unlucky, but pressure's on.
So Rothwell to take the corner kick for Leeds. Couple of steps back, 2 arms raised. Curled into the middle where the bodies arrive. It spins all the way back to Rothwell and the edge of the area. Goes in past one challenge, can shoot. And on his left foot, it was a real swinger, that one from Joe Rothwell. Didn't look a bad position for a shot, certainly worth a try, but the effort was well wide as it turned out.
First touch, he's chopped inside, hasn't he? Lovely. Set him up, and he's got that ability. He's got 2 lovely feet as Rothwell, comfortable on both, but yeah, just doesn't catch it right and goes well wide.
So Jensen take the goal kick for Millwall. He's going along with this one, up in the air, drops towards or beyond Tanaka. Struijk with a header. Tanaka has it, dragged down. Free kick Leeds. And it's a little bit of a roar from the home supporters as the referee gives that in Leeds' favour.
Big difference from what I'm seeing from watching the game on Sunday is the amount of second balls Tanaka and Rothwell are picking up in that centre mid. The ball's bouncing around, and there's a Leeds shirt there against Portsmouth. It wasn't like that, was it? The Portsmouth, yeah, it's a great effort. Portsmouth's midfielders were picking it up and dictating more, weren't they?
Rodon just tried to thread one down the touchline for Bogle there, but slightly overhit, so it spun away from the full-back and went behind for a goal kick. So again, Jensen goes to get the ball from behind the goal, spots it up on the edge of the 6-yard box, and everybody clusters either side of the halfway line here at Ellen Road. Jensen delivers it out to the right, and it goes straight into touch. Sliced that one, the goalkeeper. Did. And it flew over the head of Azeez, and Firpo is in place to take the throw-in that results in the Leeds half. To Rothwell and back to Firpo again. Now Rodon into Meslier. This ball gets over to Dan James, does well, turns in field to Aaronson. He turns well as well, helps it on to Rothwell. He's trying to keep the momentum going. Aaronson through the middle now, just outside the penalty area, gives it to Bogle. Bogle's forced a little further away, comes in field to James, gets the return ball, gets to the byline. Defender does really well there to get across in front of him.
Great play, he's got to go first time though, from Bogle. I don't know why he's taken that touch. He could have just played it across. Fantastic football though, the little 1-2, him and Dan James. But I just think he's got an opportunity to put it across first time there. Maybe I'm wrong because there wasn't actually anyone in the 6-yard box, but sometimes when you fire it across, you make them defenders defend, and when you're so close, you end up going in your own goal, like we saw in the first half.
Surely that was a corner kick as well.
Oh yeah, well, ref's having a night.
Okay, just checking. As the ball comes out from the goal kick to this near side touchline, headed into touch off the top of the head of Emakhu.
It's like it's raining out there now,
I was going to say, if I didn't know better, I think it was almost snowing, but it's certainly raining. So Spring is on hold. Aaronson.
Referee.
Bogle as James bounces off Cooper there. And the referee with a dramatic wag of the finger to say nothing doing for Leeds. And Millwall have the ball. Crama back to Tanganga. Inside the final 20 minutes. Still just one goal in it. Jensen, scorer, with the ball out from the penalty area. Rodon, strong header. James can't get there, Bryan does. Then Rothwell nods it forward. Well, Piroe will give chase, so will Rothwell. And the goalkeepers had to come out and deal with that one.
Brilliant. There's a centre mid there, chasing that down.
Rothwell, furthest man forward for Leeds, and continuing the chase. Panicked the keeper, and Leeds end up with a throw in. Bogle to Piroe. Firpo rather, to Piroe, and then back into Leeds half to Rodon, and back to Meslier. Meslier out the penalty area before he delivers that one. Long into the Millwall half, beyond the head of Solomon, but it's headed straight down for Piroe. Piroe's got to protect the ball and find a teammate, which he does, into the penalty area. Firpo, lovely back heel. Solomon's shot hit the side netting. Super football again from Leeds United. Just required the finish from Mana Solomon, and when the net rippled, it was the wrong side of the net.
Yeah, no, pretend we didn't jump up there thinking it was in. But yeah, the play again, absolutely class. I mean, the touch from Firpo to get into that, how he took it on there, and a little cheeky back heel. Absolutely class.
Leeds trying to press as Millwall try and clear with Cooper, who does just that now, long up to the halfway line. Comes down for Tanaka, but he can't control, and suddenly there's a bit of space for Emakhu down the left, and he plays the ball into the middle to Mitchell. Mitchell forced back, and gets the ball to Saville, carries it forward for Millwall now. Plays it out wide, where there is space down the right-hand side. And Crama has it, whips his cross in. Meslier under the crossbar, just pushes it over that crossbar. Half a second there, looked like he'd stepped to his right and had to recover it and push it out for a Millwall corner.
Yeah, I think you have to, though, as a keeper, get in that position, don't you, and think, listen, I might have to come out and out my back four here and come and take this. It's a freak cross, but at least he's dealt with it, though. Do you know, we've seen it where, I can't remember what game it was, where he didn't deal with it, and it's, you know, pushed it back into play. He's actually done well in the end there.
And he's got to do more work here now, because Leeds, for the first time in this second half, are defending a corner kick. Millwall have inevitably thrown loads of players right up into the 6-yard box, so it's incredibly crowded in there around the goalkeeper. Saville to take the corner for Millwall now. Curls it in low, flick from the near post. It'll come back for Saville again. No, it won't. Piroe stepped in, and Piroe's played it up the line, left side for Mana Solomon, and then Dan James is racing through the middle. If Solomon can pick him out, in it comes to James now. James on the edge of the penalty area, plays it into the middle and just couldn't find a teammate. They were arriving in numbers around him, but he was well held up there, Dan James, and a great opportunity on the counter-attack has gone away.
Yeah, we're both nudging each other, going, come on, play it across to Dan James there, his pace. I think the ball's behind him again, to be honest. He just has to stop his stride, doesn't he? And that gives Tanganga a chance to get back in. If it's just a little bit more into him, he can take that touch and get a shot off. But the pace there from Solomon and Dan James is scary, isn't it?
It all started with a bizarre moment where Millwall just refused to go and get the ball.
It's like, no, it's yours, it's mine. No one dealt with it. Next thing you know, you have to do a 90-yard run back.
Rodon carrying it forward for Leeds. Into Piroe it goes. Across the middle to Firpo. Solomon waits and gets it now from Junior Firpo. Solomon looking man most likely for Leeds. Comes in field. Lays it into the path of Aaronson. Aaronson plays it into the box to Dan James on his left foot. Shot hits the defender. Cleared out as far as the edge of the area for another shot from Aaronson. That's blocked as well. And then on the far side, the ball is played up into the Leeds half, and there's a chase on Rodon. Will get there ahead of Ivanovic, though. Back to Meslier, and then asks for the return ball and gets it. And the Leeds fans say, go again. Straight ball to Aaronson. Now Tanaka to Aaronson again. A bit more space out there in the final 15 minutes. Fans trying to do their bit. Still the game needs winning. At the back, Tanaka able to take his time, push it back to Meslier. And now back to Tanaka again. Forward ball to Rodon, back to Tanaka. Leeds subs warming up down below as Tanaka goes back to the goalkeeper. They want to keep the momentum going forwards here as they play it from the back with Tanaka. Still on the ball, gives it now short to Struijk. Now Firpo. Infield to Piroe, back to Firpo, into the middle to Rothwell. Rothwell looks forward, plays it wide. Can James keep this in? He can, heads it in field. Doesn't quite break though for Bogle, stays down under the challenge. Leeds man looks like he's hurt, but Leeds going to win it back well. Firpo will get this into the path of Piroe. Piroe tripped, he's into the area, shoots, and it takes a deflection and goes behind for a goal kick because it hit Manor Solomon. But that should be another. I mean, there was an advantage played there.
Can you bring that back?
But that's got to.
Yeah.
Once he's taken the shot, you can't.
No.
It's a card again.
Yeah, it's a blatant that he's gone. I'm in trouble here. I'm going to try and. Is it Mitchell? Is it?
Yeah, Mitchell.
Yeah.
So Leeds.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, you bang on. Like you say, he's taking his shot, so you can't bring it back, but you can still book the player for. You can see what he's tried to do. He's thought, I'm in trouble here. I'm just going to hack you down.
And if Piroe had gone down, then he's surely in trouble.
So you get
Millwall have a problem with Azeez here, who doesn't look very happy.
I think he's just blown a gasket. I've seen him down here when the subs before. He was sort of looking over, stretching his hammies and that. So he's put a shift in and he's looked dead. He's looked dangerous. So I won't mind him coming off.
Well, he's only just back from injury,
right? And
he only played a part of the game against Watford. So I think there was some concerns that he wasn't yet fully fit.
Yeah, he was breathing. He was breathing earlier.
Doesn't look like he's going to be able to carry on to me. So they've got another sub warming up down below. Coburn, the striker, who's on loan from Borough.
Yeah,
he's I think going to come on and get pushed up top. There's two changes. Number 9 coming on as well in the shape of Aaron Connolly. Azeez, I think, is walking towards the near side touchline, although he's a long way away.
I mean, you could say, you know, Leeds United going to make any subs, couldn't you? But they're on top and playing the football at the minute. You wouldn't, would you? No. But you know, the bench is full of talent, isn't it? And would you put them on and go on?
We just wonder whether one might find a way that the others, for all the good moments they haven't been able to find a way through yet.
You know, and Millwall have defended well in them last-ditch tackles. Have put at least 5 or 6 in, haven't they? Where it's, you know, bouncing about, and you think, here we go, put it in the back of the net, and they've slid across and made some great challenges. But I've been there when you're playing for Millwall, and you're basically backs against the wall. It's not a nice feeling at all. And if you do make them subs, then you have a look over and see who's coming on. Gnonto's coming on, and you think, oh God, here we go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so some more.
It just sucks the life out of you just a little bit more.
So Ivanovic and Azeez are off, and Connolly and Coburn are on. Millwall goal kick. It's the final 10 minutes. Great header from Tanaka into the path of Solomon. Sets off on a bit of a run out to the left-hand side. Solomon infield to Piroe. Poor ball from Piroe. Straight, but then given straight back for Rothwell. Plays it down the channel. It's too far ahead of Solomon here. He'll put pressure on Crama, but the defender gets there ahead of him and turns and moves it back towards Leeds territory. And then it's turned back into the penalty area. Tanganga into the middle to Cooper. Cooper plays it out from the back to Connolly, who slips and recovers. Aaron Connolly forward to Emakhu. Broken back for Dan James. Does well first. And then surely caught again there, James. Nothing given. Piroe out to this near side to Bogle. Nice ball into Piroe again, but Piroe dallied a little on the ball then and was caught in possession. And now it's Millwall moving with Emakhu down this left-hand side. Bogle can't get to him. Emakhu stumbles and goes down, and Bogle's touch on him was hardly anything there, and Emakhu felt it, threw his arms out behind him and went to ground and won a free kick.
Not a lot in it, is there? Do you know what? Might be a clever little pullback, to be honest. But no, exactly. I mean, does he even grab his shirt? It's
kind
soft,
of,
isn't it?
It's a brush of the finger on the back, isn't it? No more than that. I think he's managed to fool the referee there, Emakhu. But Millwall have exactly what they want. They have a free kick, the chance to put the ball into the Leeds penalty area. Bryan stands over it. Curls his cross towards the far side where the heads go up, and it comes off a Millwall head and behind for a goal kick. And it was well left by Bogle. He can't have been, maybe he was short. But Joe Rodon gets a pat on the back for his effort there.
Yeah, defended that really well. Nice high line. Stayed out the box until he crossed it in. Defended that well because it was a good ball in as well, and they're tricky them as you're running backwards. Rodon there, and that sort of Cooper's got that run on you. He's got his body in and done really well.
Struijk and the referee having a conversation there. Struijk as captain, I think. As Meslier prepares to take the goal kick for Leeds. 8 minutes of the 90 remaining. Still tense. Mellier's ball into the Millwall half. Aaronson can't get there, sandwiched out of it. Comes up in the air, James won't get that one either. Goes over his head and out for a Millwall throw in. Just in front of the Leeds dugout. Bryan goes back to Cooper. James sets up on the chase, but then goes way past him and back to the goalkeeper and out to the right side of the penalty area, and Tanganga into the middle to Cooper. Back to Tanganga again. Back to Cooper once more. Short ball to his right to Tanganga. Goes long this time. Firpo wins the header, nods it on to Solomon. Hooks it forward, but strikes the head of Cooper. Struijk is battling with Coburn in there. Does well to swing it away from Coburn. But Solomon's under pressure and he's gone back to Meslier. And he quickly plays a long ball forward. Piroe will chase, but Tanganga will win the header. Rothwell comes in to try and win the second ball. Connolly's underneath it. Rodon rather has done really well. And then James almost slipped, but almost in the same movement got the ball for Leeds. It's taken away from him by Bryan. Out to the right. Firpo with a strong challenge. Rothwell equally gets in well.
Nice.
Lovely bit of control, and he's played Firpo in down the left-hand side. Firpo into the middle for Aaronson. First touch is heavy and leaps up away from him, but he's recovered it and he's given it to Tanaka on the edge of the centre circle. And Rothwell back into Struijk, and Struijk short ball to Rodon. And now Tanaka. Tanaka drops the shoulder, plays it for Firpo. Now there's space for Solomon if he wants to drive on down the left-hand side. He's cut it back instead to Firpo. Firpo to Tanaka. Tanaka, short pass to Rothwell, back to Tanaka. There's space for Rodon on the halfway line. So Joe Rodon can move it a little way forward. Stops, starts again, gives it to Piroe, who's come deep in to pick up from him. Good ball into the middle from Piroe. Aaronson controls it, protects it, and gives it to Bogle. And back to Aaronson again. Now it comes back in for Rothwell, and back to Aaronson once more, into the middle for Tanaka. Back to Aaronson. Now space in front of Rothwell as Aaronson picks him out well. To his left to Solomon. Solomon has Firpo waiting. Solomon with a step over, plays it to Firpo now in the penalty area. Still in the penalty area. Backs comes out for Tanaka. Ah! What a finish from Tanaka! It's a quality goal from Leeds United. Moved it from left to right, and there he was. Right man, right time. Brilliant finish. Finally, Leeds have got the second. Leeds United 2, Millwall 0.
Mate, that's 30, 40 passes there before that's gone in the back of the net. They moved it around, like you say, side to side, but passing it at pace. And a lovely little ball into Firpo, who chops and picks out. I think he's actually trying to play it for Solomon, but overhits it for incoming Tanaka. And do you know when the ball's coming at that pace at you, they're quite hard, but all he's done is just use that pace and guide it into the top corner. It's an absolute fantastic finish. Little side foot, how do you like them? Side netting, game over. But the play and the passing about and that, they're moving Millwall all over the place.
What a finish.
Yeah.
Changes will now be made. And Sam Byram's on. Oh goodness, it's taken a while, hasn't it? And that should have happened quite a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's been in these positions quite a lot recent in the game, but Millwall have, got them blocks in, but that there is just too good. I mean, Millwall didn't touch the ball for 2 minutes there, and you're running around, and when you haven't got the ball for 2 minutes, it's hard work. You're doing a lot of running. After a while, you're just like, where are all these players?
Joe Rothwell comes off.
Brilliant.
He's had a really good game for Leeds. Dynamic in that midfield.
Has.
And Manor Solomon has done well as well for Leeds down that left. Constant threat. Really worked hard. He gets a big hug from Daniel Farker.
Yeah. Great going forward, and then has helped Firpo out as well. Fantastic display.
And the noise levels rise here at Ellen Road. It's been a little tense, it's been a little nervy in this second half as Leeds kept piling forward, played some great stuff. Leeds have played some super football in this second period. Big Lee on the PA has just, with great relish, announced that Millwall have 391 away fans here, which has produced a huge roar of approval from the home supporters. Well done, the 391, eh?
Yeah, I tell you what. You can all laugh, but I tell you what, you're not getting home till 5, 6 in the morning, are you? You can't blame them sometimes.
Yeah, it can be a thankless task, the old away travel. I've been there, don't worry.
Yeah.
Leeds throw in down the left-hand side. We can finally just say hello to the Malaga Whites, who Matthew Kilgallen has friends amongst their number who are enjoying the game, probably with a Cruz Campo.
Yeah, there you go, lads. I told you I might be able to get it in for you. Bryn's stepped up. Never let me down, have you? They'll be buzzing now with the goal and the shout-out.
Well, it's the sort of cold, wet night that really needs a second goal just to warm things up a little in the closing stages here. 2 minutes remaining. Firpo still charging, chasing through, and Tanaka heads it back, and James will pick it up, and James almost gets himself into the penalty area, just skips away from him and gives Tanganga a chance to give a recover, but he's giving it straight back to aforementioned Junior Firpo. Gets down the left-hand side to Dan James. Great to see Firpo still full of running. James having a go as well now.
Yeah.
What sort of challenge is that? How is that?
Referee,
oh
come
my
on.
word! How is that not a foul?
2 arms on his chest, 2 hands, and pushed him.
I mean, was he even in the penalty area?
I think he was. Yeah, he was on the line, and that's in, isn't it?
Yes, that's in.
He has. I swear, where's he travelled from? The ref. He has. He's left from at home. It was too far to go back. And he's just thought, whatever happens, there's no cards and there's no penalties tonight.
No paperwork.
Nothing, yeah, he wants to get home.
Well. Okay. Ball's on the left side, Dan James carrying it forward for Leeds. Still going. Good ball into the middle, just cleared away before Piroe could get there. Gruev up to the edge of the box to Aaronson. Drop of the shoulders, shot is blocked and charged away. Gnonto, one of the subs who came on. Ramazani waiting to come on as well now. Can't quite get there. Tanaka can. And well, he didn't have his best game, did he, at Portsmouth? And I'm sure he would acknowledge that, but he's been absolutely outstanding tonight.
Rolls Royce.
Gnonto, good ball to Byram. Down the right-hand side for Leeds, back into Gnonto. Gnonto back into Byram again. Can Byram get it to the byline, puts it into the middle, hits the defender, comes back for Piroe. Shot from the near post is cleared away. Leeds still in the penalty area. Piroe there again. Can he turn and shoot? Plays it back for Aaronson. Aaronson just outside the D. And Gnonto, 3 added minutes. It's one of those where you suddenly think, go on, carry on a bit longer.
Yeah.
Because Leeds are playing some wonderful
Second
football.
half performance has been outstanding, hasn't it? Have Millwall hardly been in Leeds United's half, let's have it right. Meslier's had that freak sort of cross, and that's about it. The rest of it has just all been to this right-hand side from where sitting, on top. Lovely football played, but passing the ball fantastically. Millwall have defended okay. You can't knock them, but just too much. You can't give Leeds United this much ball in them areas because you're going to get punished. But the front play's been class. absolutely joy to watch.
It's been a 2-0 thrashing, really, hasn't it?
Basically, yeah.
Dan James off, Ramazani on. And Matteo Joseph will come on to replace Joel Piroe. Piroe, well, denied what would have been a wonderful goal in the first half. You shouldn't forget that as well. Super. I think he's still frustrated about it, isn't he, Piroe?
Well, you would, because you're getting a trophy goal of the month, aren't you, or something. It was that good.
He'd be top of the championship goal scorers list as well, wouldn't he? Outright.
Yeah. You know what strikers are like. They're not happy, are they?
Well, he didn't have again another who didn't have the day they wanted at Portsmouth at the weekend. That looked like the moment when he was right back at it, but it was denied him erroneously. As Connolly gets a bit of a whack from Byram, and the referee Daniel Farker is bemused. I think bemused would be a state of we've probably been in regarding some of the calls tonight. Constant state we've been in. Free kick for Bryan from the halfway line. We are nearly 2 minutes into the 3 added here. Cooper delivers a swinging ball out to the far side to Crama, and then back to Mitchell, back into his own half to Tanganga, and to the right-hand touchline, and Leeds win it back well. And here's Gruev, holds off the challenge, and they finish with a flourish. Rodon driving the ball forward for Leeds and then cutting it back to Byram. Didn't need to do anything crazy now. Points are in the bag. Tanaka swings it out to the left, just beyond Gnonto. Does his best to keep it in, but isn't quite able to do that. And a glance towards the big clock to our right-hand side tells us that we're into the final few seconds here at Ellen Road now. 1 or 2 in the Leeds crowd taking the option of heading for a slightly early exit. I think I'll be staying to give them a big clap off here. Down the left-hand side, Leeds attack with Gnonto on the ball now. Back he comes to Firpo, and that's it. Leeds United claim 3 more points. Leeds United return to the top of the table and create a little bit more of a gap all over again. It's been a really, really good performance from Leeds, fully deserving of at least a 2-0 victory here. But it was the early own goal and then the late strike from Tanaka that confirms success for Leeds. And Leeds United keep marching on. Leeds United 2, Millwall 0.
Yeah, absolutely. Second half, absolutely loved it. How fast did it feel? It felt like the second half was about 15 minutes long. Just that engrossed with it and loved just watching them play. Some of the front 3 and the balls in from Rothwell and Tanaka, their weight of passes and appreciation just made them be able to play these balls around the corners, and the relationships they all had. It was just brilliant and could have been 3 or 4 worldy goals, but Millwall, fair play to them, defended them well, but you can't go on all half with not touching the ball or getting in the opposition half and just defending. It was just a complete domination really second half, and you know, capped off in an absolute beauty of a goal by Tanaka.
Portsmouth Blues have been well and truly banished. Leeds are back in the groove. This has been a fine performance, an important win, 3 more points. Full-time scoreline, Leeds United 2, Millwall 0.